We've just done something very interesting around the crypto market. We've had weekly bullish flips almost across the board, XRP included. We've had bears kind of running away from the market right now, which is a great sign. And XRP actually had some exciting news the other day that we didn't get a chance to talk about. And I do want to kind of break down where we're at in the market currently. So again, if you guys haven't already, showing your support for the channel down below. We've been growing like crazy, and it's all because of you guys. Now, what I will say for XRP is we have started on a bit of a red note today, which is kind of odd because most of the other assets in the space are actually green to start the day. Now, this is a modest red day for XRP, and frankly, we had a very good day compared to the rest of the crypto market yesterday, actually closing up 4.12%. And what we keep fighting with, guys, is just these moving averages. Once we can start really closing extended candles above this 50-day moving average, that's going to be a really exciting sign for XRP, because what this could mean is another extension, a next leg, right? We've done this several times before where we've gotten these bullish flips and extensions because of that. We continue to show great support around our 200-day moving average. This is exactly what we want to see. And what's interesting about this now is we actually have a green momentum day on the MACD. This is the first time we've had a green momentum day since all the way back here on May 18th. And if you guys remember, that flip and trend is exactly what caused us in the early part of May to make that next leg from around $2.13 or so all the way up to $2.65. Could we be on the verge of seeing something like that again? Well, that is possible. Now, not going to say this is going to happen for sure, but something I did want to show you guys as well is we are officially bullish on the weekly stochastic RSI. This is the first time since all the way back again in the later part of May. So this is a good momentum shift around the crypto market, and it could indicate this is the start of a much bigger, more extended move. Last week, we did in fact close our weekly candle above the 20-week moving average, our bull market support band. So I would say that we're kind of back on track across the crypto market. Now, there are some bullish signs for the market in general. This is probably already concluded by the time this video comes out, but we know that the US and China are meeting in London for trade talks. That's a very exciting sign. Michael Saylor did in fact buy more Bitcoin this morning. That has been obviously causing a little bit of a stir in the Bitcoin price. We're up to about 107.6 currently, and looking pretty darn good. Again, hopefully this does in fact continue. But what I thought was very interesting about this was when I also looked across the crypto market at open interest, we've seen a very distinct trend shift there as well. And that is that the bears are kind of getting out of the way here. XRP is actually back above a 1.0 in terms of the long short ratio. Now, this was tracked in terms of ADA, in terms of Bitcoin, in terms of XRP. So I think the market is kind of getting to a point where bears are essentially a little bit nervous. Now, I did want to show you guys, there is still a huge concentration of long leverage below here in terms of XRP price. So if things, tip the wrong way over the course of the day and we start to get past about 21.5 cents or so, there's a possibility we could have aggressive wicks down in terms of XRP. Not to scare anybody, but just understand that leverage is in fact there. I will say above here, there's a pretty thick concentration of short interest as well. So I'm expecting some volatility, especially in the first half of the week, because remember on Wednesday, we are going to have that CPI report coming here as well. Now, there was some pretty big news the other day, and that was that XRP was actually added to NASDAQ Crypto US Settlement Price Index. Now, what this was is in fact the Hashdex Index, which had originally only included both Bitcoin and Ethereum. They made a filing back in March to actually include XRP and many other assets into this. And so what we're going through right now is essentially a test. I actually talked about this in an ADA video the other day, but it seems fitting that we talk about it in terms of XRP because XRP did in fact get added to this underlying index. So right now it got added in terms of, or along with ADA, SOL, XLM, and what they're going to be doing is tracking and seeing if it is worth basically getting this approval from the SEC to include this in the ETF overall, which would be a very big deal because this is a big step towards actually getting an XRP spot ETF, which we know has been delayed, and hopefully we get some good news around soon. So you can really start to feel this momentum shifting around the crypto market. The bears are kind of getting out of the way. There's been huge accumulation that's been taking place at these times. This is exactly what we need to see for us to get another leg. And it's a question of, is this the big one, right? Is it just one that takes us to new local highs Do we set a lower high? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see what happens, see what retail interest looks like. But eventually the market's going to break wide open. We're going to go on some nice big extended runs, and it's looking like it's going to be a lot sooner than people realize. But we'll see how it shakes out. So have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.